Hey Mary,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. I don't have much of a voice.
It's okay, me neither. It's early, right?
What's that?
I said that's okay. I don't have much of one either, but probably it's early for me. Are you a little under the weather?
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
fighting it for about 4 days. Today's been the worst.
Oh no, I was hoping that you was gonna say the opposite. You finally, but that's gotta mean you're close to getting better, right?
Right, right, right.
I love it when I turn a corner.
Yeah, it's time for the real medicine. I've been nursing it with like honey and ginger and tea, and so
Yeah,
I might have
yeah,
to get
exactly.
some.
Time to knock it out of you.
Yeah,
I was looking over your stats today before our meeting, and man, they were just so stellar.
yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't believe we got 90 leads on this King Kong package so far.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and great job getting that list too. I've been sharing that with a lot of my clients, like because we do have troubles in some cities and counties and stuff, and
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, I got this client who went right to the county, and she got us this awesome list. So,
Yeah,
you coming up with that solution for yourself allows me to tell other clients, what to do whenever we have similar results. So, um,
yeah.
I really benefit. But yeah, I'll give you a little rundown here of how
Okay,
things went
okay.
numerically. Even though we know they were pretty great, but I'll kind of explain it all to you too.
Can
Um,
you share? Can you send that to me like later?
yeah, so this here is actually in the calendar event that you're also invited to.
Oh,
So
okay.
if
Okay.
yeah, if you go on your account, I'll show you. I have my team put it in here for me too, so it's easy to find.
Yeah.
But you can grab it right out of the calendar invite that you have.
Okay. Okay.
And if you don't have it, just let me know, and I absolutely will send it over to you.
Okay. Got it.
Just so you know. Um, but yeah, so on this campaign, we did 3,300 dials. Okay, 255 people picked up, and then 30 became a lead. Which that's a lot of, as we know. I mean, that is a lot of leads. I always say if you're averaging one lead per 100 dials, which you basically were in a sense, then your campaign is probably like in the top 10% of campaigns with us. You know, so that's a great sign. And then to dive deeper into the numbers, the 255 people into 3,300, we had a 7.73% contact rate. That is slightly below average. I feel like average is like 8 to 10. So it's
Mhm.
not very much. You're like 7.75. It didn't affect the campaign at all in your case. But where that stands, we do like to see that anywhere 8 plus. Some people see up to 12, but this isn't bad by any means. I'd say this is probably fairly average. And then with the results, it didn't affect the results one bit. And that's the other thing to look at. The other thing was out of the 255, only 41 people told us that we had the wrong number, right? Which means 84% of the people we spoke to actually owned the property that we were calling about,
Okay.
which is great. And then down here with the texting, we have these stats right here. We did 1,415 texts. We do still owe you 200 more. And 200 people responded, which is awesome. That's a lot. So that's about 15%. That's good. Anything over 10% here is great. Okay. And you're probably closer to 15, 16%, which is awesome. And then we got 60 leads. Now, I can tell you, I have never, ever seen 60 leads on 1,400 texts before. That's definitely a lead mining Olympic world record right there,
Yeah.
which is great. And I do know that texting leads come in all over the spectrum, right? I think the one downside of texting is you get everything. The upside is it's such a low cost per lead. It's kind of it's silly not to do it, in my opinion, right? I think that they're great rainy day leads on the ugly ones, and then you find the hot ones, you work those, and then you put the rest in like a rainy day fund when you wish you had leads. But that's how your campaign looks numerically. Very impressive with 90 leads. Do you one question I normally ask is, this is only the number aspect, you know, how did the leads look? I know that there was a lot, but how did they look, you know, when they came in? How did they feel when you actually worked them and stuff?
Well, so let me get a drink of water.
Very good.
Okay, so a lot of them said what they wanted on, you know, to the caller or to the texter. They said what they
Okay.
wanted.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
I could tell in about, well, sometimes just looking at it, like they were just being smartasses, you know.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then some of them were close. And then I went and, you know, I did the research and like, no way, you know, I'm not paying 5,000 for that, you know.
Yeah, right.
The ones that I looked up and said, and I drove out to see them, I said, this is worth 5. Another one I looked at was worth, I thought I'd give her 12 because it was a neighbor on each side. And like I had told you before, like the neighbors love to have the lot next door.
Right, yeah.
To prevent anyone from building on it. So either one of those neighbors would have been
It's a great start, right? Yeah.
immediate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I wrote offers on exactly what they wanted in 3 cases, and they all rejected me, which was weird because I'm like, I'm offering them exactly what they asked. So where's
Yeah.
the issue?
A disconnect. Yeah, right.
But I
Interesting.
did get the very first leads I got. It was the 200 that you had got from the county.
Okay, yeah.
So I got a lead off of that.
Okay.
And the guy, and I called him or I don't know, communicated with him, and he said, I want $8,500. So I went out, looked at it. It's like 3 miles from my house. I'm like, this lot is gorgeous. Like I could walk the entire thing, and it was like almost like half cleaned up. Like
Yeah.
this is just a beautiful lot. So I came back, wrote him an offer. He accepted it like that. And he had told
Yeah.
me that he had 2 other offers.
Mm.
He had 2 other offers. And I was like, oh, dang. But he's like, but I'll take 8,500. And I thought, well, what if he calls, you know, if
The
there's a
other guys.
divorce?
Who says that? Yeah.
So I said, you know, obviously I'm an agent here, but I'm representing myself. Look over the paperwork, sign it if you are comfortable with the numbers. I had it back in 5 minutes.
Nice.
So I put it in escrow, and I was waiting for it to close. We were about a week out of closing. I went and put a for sale sign on the yard. And I got a call before I was even out of the neighborhood. And it went to my Google Voice, which I just got an alert. I pulled over, read it. I'm like, oh my God. And then I got 2 more that same night. They were all
Wow.
neighbors that wanted it. Don't tell anyone these secrets, but well, I mean, if they're working in another area, just don't send them to my area because there's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
There's
You're
a
good.
lot of competition here. I went to an
Yeah.
auction on Friday for 35 lots from the city, the POA was doing, and there was like 60 people there.
Wow.
But
Wow.
I made some connections. But
And
anyway,
it makes sense because, you know, with the price that everything's at, like you're saying, I would buy the neighboring lot for $5,000.
yes,
It's like the price of a couch, and now you're not going to
yeah,
have a neighbor. I mean, it's like it
and,
doesn't get any better than that,
and
you
it
know. So
adds
I
value to
totally
your
understand.
property. Like always buy the lot. You know, something's wrong with you if you don't. So a lot of those people were trying to buy the lot next door. Some were builders. But anyway, I put up the sign. So one lady called me and she goes, you must be so-and-so's nephew. And I'm like, oh, geez. It scared me that she's going to call the nephew, or she's going to call so-and-so, and he's going to. So
Oh, right.
I messaged 3 of them and said, okay, we put the sign up prematurely or made up something, and said, I don't have you know, what's the price going to be? I don't know yet. So I went and next day, pulled the sign, put it somewhere else, and got back to the first lady when we were closed. And she had her realtor on. It's kind of a long story, but she's like, what's the price? And I'm like, 22,000. And there was silence. And well, actually, when we got to that certain point, they had an agent on the phone. I go, I'm not paying an agent.
Right. Good point. Yeah.
But the agent was just obnoxious. And she's like, what'd you pay for that? I go, I don't have to tell you that. She's
Right.
like, it's a public record. I go find it then, just
Yeah.
that was really awkward. But I got rid of her. I said, if you want to consult with her, that's fine, but I'm not talking to her.
Yeah,
So
right.
anyway,
Don't show up with someone to bully me. If it's not a fair price, don't pay it. But don't
right,
come for me and
right,
not pay.
right. And she's trying to say it's not really your lot. Well, I was close, but I hadn't recorded publicly yet.
Right.
So I said, yeah, it's my lot. I'm going to tell the title company. I'm calling the title company. Okay, go ahead. I think some stuff's confidential, but anyway, she told him, she said, will you take 13 for it? While she's not representing them, she asked me if I'd take 13 for it. I said, no. She goes, they're selling all around this area for 13. I said, let them go buy one of those.
Yeah, right.
Go 2 blocks over,
Right.
4 blocks, a mile over, and buy one for 13. See how much pleasure you get out of it.
Yeah.
Well, they're under contract and they're closing on the 28th
Those people with you?
for 22
Nice.
with no agent.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah. And
Good
then
job.
I got 3 more under contract,
Wow.
which I have signs at the day they signed the contract. Within 24 hours, I had a sign on the property.
Yeah,
For
that's
sale by
great.
owner with my phone number. And I drive by periodically to make sure the signs are still there.
And those numbers do add up. I always say that my clients average 1 contract in every 12 to 20 leads. At about 4, you're almost at 22 leads, I think, with your numbers, right?
But I'm not through with,
With the work.
like we talked about printing last time.
Yeah.
So I go to my office and print.
Wow.
And those are just the ones that I'm still like either probably not have an offer because I would have made a folder, but still going to look through all of these.
Yeah.
There's more gold in here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that. And I guess to your point, your first round is the low hanging fruit, right? First round is let me get all the ones in the right price range. And like earlier, I was talking about that rainy day fund. I was joking with another client about text messaging leads. And he goes, Nick, I'm rating them A, B, and C. He goes, I want to call the A's, but if I hired an acquisition manager, what should I do? And I said, you give them the B's and C's. I go, you take all the A's, give them the B's and C's. You take all the lowest hanging fruit. I think that's such a great strategy, in general. So, that's the thing is, if you had 10 leads, it'd be different, but you have 90, right? So when you have 90, your approach is more like, let me cherry pick the best, and I'll do another once over and another one. But when you only have 10, you're like, all right, so I got to really figure out, I got to call every single one of these 10. It becomes a different game. So that's really cool. And 1 closing and 3 other contracts is a great start,
Yeah. And I really should have been working on them. I wasn't sure how many texts I had left, but I got some text leads this last week. So I was going to try to work on those first, but I had those 35 from the county that I wanted to look at.
Yeah.
But you know what? And also going to that county auction gave me a new perspective because they were selling. The one sold for
2400 or
1,000.
Wow.
They were selling for I'm like, I wanted to stand up and say, look in the MLS.
Yeah. I got one just like this, guys.
They're way cheaper. Yeah, I passed out my card to a few people. I have some off-market lots, but these, if it's like that one, I said 22. About a couple of days later, I thought I should have said 25. Because I don't want to be greedy, but I'm real happy they got the lot next door. But imagine if I had sold that to a builder and then they got to deal with that the rest of their lives. Because They either didn't know it was for sale or their agent advised them not to do it. But
Wow.
anyway, how many leads do I have left that haven't been called?
That haven't been called, you know, I'm
'Cause
not sure because you pulled your own list of about 3,500. Is that
Right.
right?
Right.
You know, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I can get that number for you. Maybe not in this call, but I can have my team text it. So that way we can see how many records I've left for like another package kind of thing.
Yeah, so then I'll do that, yeah, in a couple weeks probably. But I want to pay for it before Black Friday, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, prices are going up Friday. So that's a good point. I'm also gonna be sending out an email today and giving away all of my courses to everyone who spends over $900 with us as well, between now and Friday. So
Oh,
I'll
cool.
make sure that you get access to those for free too.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And so, which package do I need? What's the one under King Kong? How many is that?
That's the bazooka. And then that one's for 1,200 records. I'd probably say that's right. So the King Kong's 2,000. I think you sent over 3,400, and then the bazooka, which is the one I just recommended, that one is for 1,200 records.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, how soon would I do this again with these same people? I mean, I'm worried about
The
having
same,
a area.
yeah. So with the same people, I'd probably let it. And you know, I think we've been done for. Let's see when we finished up. Okay, yeah. So we finished up about 10 days ago. You know, I would probably let that cool for like a month or two, you know, and then hit this other list maybe for another month, let the holidays come and go, and then January 1, maybe re-hit these people up kind of
Okay,
thing.
sounds good. That way I can stay in this circle. And plus, I mean, if I'm here local on the ground and I'm networking and, you know, but these lots are going up. I'm watching them every day on Zillow and MLS, and
Yeah.
they're 10,000, 15,000, where even a year ago, you can pick them up all day long for 5.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy. So
Yeah, it's happening fast.
I want to be on that gravy train,
Yeah.
not the right one for once. Yeah, you're talking to my daughter soon too.
Yeah, yeah. She I think I got a message or something from her the other day
Yeah,
saying,
she's
"Oh
been
yeah,
trying.
Mary Foster referred me."
Yeah, yeah. She probably,
So that
yeah,
was awesome.
yeah. Plus, yeah, John Gilbert.
Yeah, is he from you too, John Gilbert?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Well, Mary,
yeah.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
you have
my
that coupon
results.
code, right? You have that I made you an affiliate link already. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I don't know what the password is, gatekeeper or something. I don't know. Do you
Yeah,
remember? You'll
I'll
know.
look up what that coupon code is.
Okay.
And make sure I tell everyone. But yeah, that's awesome. And is there anything else I can answer for you?
Um, so you said I had 237 texts left.
Yeah, on this one, yeah.
So those will be next week or this week, or
Yeah, those should be. I have to find out like what maybe we add those on to your next one. I'll try to find
okay.
out
That's fine.
what
That's fine.
what maybe why that wasn't done yet.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she's trying to connect with you.
Okay, cool.
I
And
told
then
her it's
what
like
was her name again?
Jessica Foster.
Jessica. Yeah.
Yeah, we started about, yeah, the same time, 2019. So we're
Oh,
slow
cool.
getting going, but you know, we're ready.
Yeah.
And she's getting inspired from me. So
I bet seeing all these results is like, all right, how do I get in on this?
yeah, right. I mean, we have the knowledge, it's just putting it to use.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm planning on getting a VA too, like part-time VA,
Okay, cool.
to do a lot of admin work.
Yeah. You know, we do offer something called lead managers. They're only $10 an hour. And then you can work them as little as like 1 hour a day if you wanted to, just so you know. So like if you've got some work outlined and it's like 1 to 2 hours a day, we have like no contracts and like no commitments with them. So you could like have them work, take a week off, stuff like that.
And
which is
they
pretty-
know a lot of this, and are they
Yeah,
trained?
yeah. All of them are associated with real estate for us at the moment. Yeah,
Okay.
so they do. So they do kind of know the ins and the outs.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I'll look into that too.
And the team says you have about 2,100 records. So it looks like you might be able to fit another King Kong in there.
Okay.
But I'm asking them to clarify with me right now. But either way, if you pick a bazooka or a King Kong, it'll be good.
Yeah, I'll do the King Kong for sure.
Okay, rock and roll. Well, thank you so much, Mary.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. And if you need anything else, just reach out anytime.
Okay,
I'll be open.
thanks. Happy
You're welcome.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too. Have a great week.
You too. Bye.